And like I mentioned before, conversation and using those conversational skills, surrounding yourself with like minded people and being able to talk to them about what you want to accomplish is ultimately the most powerful tool in the world. It's what's going to push you closer to your goals, and it's what's going to provide you with the people and the resources and the connections that you need to get there. Because yeah, you can go out on your own. Yeah, you can look up how to start a clothing brand on YouTube, how to be a YouTuber, how to find purpose, how to find motivation, how to find yourself, how to be more determined. You can look up all those things on YouTube and you can find the answers, right? But do you know how to apply them yet? Most likely not. Do you know how long it's going to take for you to be able to learn yourself how to apply those things? Most likely not. And I'm here to tell you that it takes a long time because I did it for a very long time for myself. And it wasn't until I was able to open myself up to new opportunities, new connections, and talk to new people that I was able to utilize the resources and connections to get to where I'm at now faster, be more determined, and come on live stream after falling 4 times last week and be ready to fall again. But eliminating those mistakes, eliminating those copyrights. So let's jump right into this Taekwondo video. Let's see what we can learn. Today's topic is to get up when we fall. So anything that he says about determination, anything that he says about getting up when you fall or overcoming setbacks, we are going to dive deep into those things and we're going to leave the rest for another day. So let's jump right into it.
And chat, more than ever, I wouldn't say, in the last, honestly, when I went back to school, I was doing the same thing though. But now I'm really piecing it together to apply a lot of this shit. Is not just reactions and breakdowns of just what I'm thinking, but I'm using a lot of learned intelligence as well. For example, how we was reading The Art of the Seduction, even communication books and shit like that. When I went back to university, I was touching that shit. But even just making sure I'm reading these books, looking at these things, and just taking that information to the next level. Because I have the experience. I have it's stuff I just do as a person. But taking that and combining it with different perspectives, different authors' takes, different experts' advice. One of y'all sent me this actually, and it was an Instagram video of I forget what field studied it. I don't even remember what field studied it, but it was the different ways that your brain responds or that humans bond over communication, and it broke down to different platforms, from text messages to voice messages to phone calls to FaceTime to being in person, and it was talking about how as human beings, there's an order and there's a rank to that. There's an order and there's a rank to that. Now I've been saying this. That's the funny part. Do that FaceTime, blah, blah, blah. That's the quickest way to separate yourself, blah, blah, blah. But it's actually a fact. Lo and behold, it's actually a fact. That's that our brains don't... It's like facial recognition. It's things like that, facial recognition, tone of voice, that you don't get during text messages, that makes it more difficult to bond with a person or to make that connection quicker or deeper or whatever. I forget all the details to the study that they sent me, but I was like, God damn. I feel like it's common sense. Exactly. But people don't do it more. People don't use it to their advantage. People want to just text all day. They never send voice messages. They never send that phone call. They never and this is shit I was just doing because I it just was wanted to do it. Conversation to me was always better. People just aren't good enough at conversation to realize how much of a skill it is.
Conversationalism is probably one of the things that has allowed me to get into places and achieve my goals because, boy, man, when you can talk and when you can talk like Taekwondo, you can communicate what you want and what you need to the right people. That is when you could really rocket ship and really take yourself to the next level, because not only does, the old adage, closed mouth doesn't get fed, squeaky wheel doesn't get the oil, the sayings. You know what happens when you don't open your mouth and say what you need. You go hungry. You go without with what you want. You go without with what you need. So by me expressing where I want to be and where I'm going, not only does it provide the people in my life and the people that I'm speaking with ways in which they can help me, but it also reminds myself of where I'm going. So when I say, yeah, we're going to go to this community to over 1 million subscribers. We are going to be able to affect millions and millions of athletes, dreamers, entrepreneurs, artists, musicians. And me saying that not only provides me with the destination and what I'm shooting for, but now when I'm talking to this camera, there's people out there that's going to be watching this content and they're going to say, man, that's a great idea. How can I get involved? That's a great idea. Where can I join in? That's a great idea. Let me sign up for my consultation, you know? And the more and more we communicate, the more and more we spread our message, the more and more we come on here and say, it's Coach Mule, head coach of the organization, official like a referee with a whistle, coaching you through the rules of your game and helping you understand the rules. The more and more we say those things, the more and more people will know and want to join in.
I literally be showing y'all on stream. How many rules do y'all see me bend or break or get past? Because I talk to people. Bro, we was in that dry ass club, bro. And the dude was playing that shitty ass music. Bro, I went over there, had like a good 2-minute conversation with him. I should have did this on stream just to show how like I broke it down. And I don't know, I didn't even see him talk to the owner. I think he just started to do it. But long story short, I go over there. I think I remember most of this conversation. Because the funny part is, chat, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because like I'm consistently active or I drink a lot of water. I'm healthy 99% of the time. But bro, when I'm drunk, I'm very conscious. Or when I'm drunk, I'm very like, I bounce back out of it the next day or the next morning quick. Like I don't like, it just doesn't stick on me. You know what I'm saying? So I remember what I was saying to this guy. So I was like, I'm like, hey man, you know, we got a nice size party. You know, we want to make sure everybody have a good time. What's your name? You know what I'm saying? What's your name? You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you DJing for us. You know, recognizing. First start off with the recognition. I see you. I recognize what you're doing and I appreciate it. Da da da. You know what I'm saying? Little saw somebody up real quick. Then I start, you know, testing the temperature, checking his temperature. I'm like, first, my ultimate goal was really for us to plug one of our phones in his shit and just manually control it. But you know, no DJ wants to work hard just to have you have a playlist on their shit. So I'm like, let me work into that.
Nigga,
So
what kind of shit is that?
I'm like, would you mind if song or two? You know what I'm saying?
What's good, Jordan?
Something that I know the group will love and like. And he's like, all right, who's the artist? I said, Sexy
You got
Red.
going on
and I
today?
think the first song I was gonna play was Boss Man D-Lo, some Boss Man D-Lo shit. And he was like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? They literally told me like, don't play nothing too ghetto or something like that.
What?
My first reaction, bro, and I'm talking to a black man, and this establishment is not black. First thing first, I'm giving him the get out look. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving him the get out look. Play nothing too ghetto, bitch. I love this, chat. This is a side note. I used to get a kick out of this when I was in very educated sceneries, I should say.
Another example, or one more recently, the power of conversation, the power of communication. Doing stuff like this is so normal because once you know how you can affect people with your words, and once you know your goal, it gets really easy and you can start getting a little crafty, a little saucy with what you're trying to say. Once you know the basics, and once you figure out your own style of communication, what works best for you, what doesn't work best for you, that's when it starts to get fun. It's like this weekend, Jordan, I was going around, I was looking for apartments, and sometimes I put myself in positions to see how good of a communicator I am, see how good of a connector I am, see how much of a people person, how I can improve and also stretch my communication muscle, stretch my comfort zone. So sometimes I just do stuff just to feel that pressure, just to feel like I'm alive. So I go out to Rhode Island and I start talking to different people in different apartment buildings, different landlords, different tenants, because I was looking for an apartment out there. And before going out there, I called a few places, but none of them got back to me. And I only had one place that had a meeting, one set up. So I go out there, I'm driving around to all these different apartment buildings, I'm driving around figuring out which neighborhood I want to live in, how the building looking, if it's clean, if it's dirty, if it's the projects, if they got piss in the hallways. And Rhode Island not really like that, but I found some good places, I found some bad places. And at each place, I was able to make a new connection to get closer towards my goal, which was to either speak with the landlord or speak with someone who can get me closer to an application so I can get an apartment. And at this one place, I'm looking around, I'm looking for people to talk to, I'm knocking on doors, and I meet this Spanish guy, bro. And he was like, you know, Spanish people so nosy, they looking out the window, he peeking at me like, hey, what you doing, man? I'm like, hey, immediately I jump right into it. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Like, yeah, I'm just out here looking for an apartment. Is the landlord around? You know, getting right to my goal, asking him, I need to put the chat up here, but asking him, yo, like, can you help me out? And putting him in charge of what I got going on. So this is the ultimate entrepreneur move right here. Put somebody else in charge of your goal. Make them responsible. And you got to use this wisely, and you got to know who to use it with. But just try it out. Like, make someone responsible for something that you want to accomplish, and they'll get you closer than you can get, and you can also do less work. So I say, hey man, like, yo, I'm looking for the landlord. Could you give me a call when he comes back? You know. So instead of going through the landlord, I'm going through my contact. I'm saying, hey, like when he comes back around, just give me a call, man. I definitely want to connect with him. I appreciate you, man, you know, giving him his flowers. Hey, it's good to meet you, man. My name is Andre. Building up that relationship so he can then feel not only responsible to help me, but also feel like he wants to help me, right? And in this certain scenario with Taekwondo, after he gives the DJ his flowers and he's like, yeah, man, I appreciate you. You're doing a hell of a job in here. You got this big bump and you up in here throwing down. You playing the best songs, doing it genuinely, of course, and doing it without too much socking. But you feel me? No diddy, but doing it genuinely and also then following up with what his goal is, following up with what's important to him, and let's see what he gets.
Bro, I used to love when people would judge a book by its cover. I used to love that shit, bro. Like, I have a lot of social skills. I'm very charismatic. I would dress very comfortably, like almost slouch-like. Like, mind you, like I said, I get it from playing sports in high school. I just wanted to be comfortable 9 times out of 10 I was wearing some shit. I didn't care about, like, throwing that shit on. That was never my prerogative. That was never my goal. You feel me? Ads running?
You on ignorant time in Jordan?
Exactly. When you able to just naturally prove them wrong.
All right, let's see what he gets into.
Oh, so perfect. Keep me in my headspace. We have a whole Discord teaching people how to get to the Mayan, posting clips. And there are a lot of people that have done it and helped each other get to it.
Hey, I need some of that, y'all.
So if you in a dojo and you got free time and spare time and you ain't making money, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yo.
What are you doing? Because we really put niggas in position.
Nah, I need some editors on my team. Stop playing.
To get to the chicken. You understand? All right, chat, what's the last thing y'all heard when the ads cut off? Because I'm going to keep going with, like, you know, working through this. So I realized, chat, the one thing the art of seduction helped me realize or cook on, and this sounds crazy, but we're talking in technical terms, bro. Like, seduction is a universal thing. It's like when we think of seduction, we just tend to think of a woman seducing a man seducing a woman. But it's a lot of seductive scenarios just throughout conversations, like just through the like connecting with a person and moving them, honestly.
Yeah, this is where a lot of y'all NBA YoungBoy talk. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get into it. So this is where a lot of people get like, ooh, seduction. When you are comfortable in yourself, you know who you are, and you know how powerful your tone of voice, how powerful your influence is, how powerful your use of sex, and not in a sexual manner. Man, you can move a lot of people. You can move a lot of things. You can move and create a lot of new, right? From nothing. And I don't want people to think like, oh, that's some weird, like, no diddy. But using appreciation, using seduction, period, as a way to communicate, as a way to get people to move towards helping you with your goal, get people to be on board with your mission. It's one of the more powerful ways of communication. Now, there's other ways, right? And there's two main ones. And I talked about this in another video. It was to be loved or to be feared. And this is the way to earn respect. And through respect, you can earn power. And through power, you can move more, right? No diddy, no diddy, no diddy, please, no diddy, right? So once you are able to either make someone feel the emotion of love or fear, they are so much more movable towards earning respect, right? So there's obviously many other ways for people to respect you and, you know, be on board with what you got going on and help you out with what you got going on. But those are the two most powerful motivators. And in this certain scenario, Taekwondo is using love. He's not using sex. Like, he's not physically about to go up there and start fucking the DJ. But he's using seduction. And seduction can also be a form of love, right? So he's not going up to the DJ and saying, yo, play my fucking song, bitch ass nigga, you... Or I'll really do it to you. I'll really go in the back and get that thing and come back and really NBA Youngboy timing. Feel me? He's saying, nah, man, I appreciate you. Like, hey, you know, I see you doing your thing up here. You know, next time I come back, I'm going to check you out. I'm going to tell people to come here. You know, I'm gonna put you in position to do what you want to do. And now, can I get that section, right? Can you play my song? Can I plug my phone in? And then also following it up with more love after he gets his result. But let's see how he do it. I'm sure he gonna put a unique spin on it.
Off at different times. Basically, yeah, I go over there and he like, yo, they literally told me not to play too much, nothing too ghetto, da da da. So I'm like, I see him from two perspectives. Okay, you just had like 15 people walk in. This, mind you, most clubs and lounges don't cook that good of food. Like, they had lamb chops, shrimp scampi, like some crazy shit on the menu. So I'm like, maybe they trying to be a classier vibe, but this is the thing. It's two sides to that. Okay, let's keep the music chill to keep the tenants chill, but y'all selling Don Julio. Like, y'all get these big ass lounges and chair spots, and we rent 2 sections. Man, cater to us. We spent a nice bag. Respectfully, they ended up doing that because they have some sense of business. Literally, it's something called rhetorical sensitivity. You have to know your audience. I've never tried to sell y'all makeup because I have a predominantly male audience. I don't even use makeup. Like, so why would I sell y'all something that has nothing to do with y'all? You have to fucking know your audience. You have to know your crowd. You know what I'm saying? To make that true impact.
Yeah, this is what we working on right now. A lot of the viewers and a lot of people on this channel are clothing brand related. So right now we doing the Duke Dennis method. I just got this from my cousin. My cousin gave me this channel, and now I'm doing a whole 360. So y'all bear with me.
So for them to say, oh yeah, don't play nothing too ghetto. Well, guess what? The whole hood just walked in this bitch. Now the fuck what? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause if we had fuck around had took that the wrong way. Excuse me, ma'am, did you tell him not to play something too ghetto? I literally could have marketed that so differently. This is what they don't know. I could have took that left. Like, man, listen, y'all ain't getting my money. How about y'all ain't getting my ghetto money? This is drug money. I sold crack for this money, huh? But it's too ghetto. Yeah, get the fuck out. Like, I could have took that a whole.
You see?
I could have took that a whole no.
It could always go left, but if you have the ability and the focus and the self-mastery to keep it left or keep it right when it could go left, that's when you really could start moving mountains and really start getting more from people who can only operate left or who know that, or only operate right? In this scenario, like he's saying, he could have went crazy. He could have been like, oh yeah, I'm about to black out, oh cuz. And some people will respond to that. There's a less chance in a smaller group of people who respond to that type of behavior, respond to that type of antics, respond to the threats and the scare tactics, but there's way more people, and there's a way bigger chance and a bigger likelihood that if he stays right and uses love, that he can reach the desired result and also not burn a bridge or not be able to go back to that lounge and party again. You feel me?
Other that way, chat. Like for real. And been right. You understand? Could have Keith Lee reviewed that. Like could have went left completely. You understand? But I'm a level calm-headed man. You know, I'm a level-headed calm man. Right? So I even though I knew when he said this to me, it wasn't his true opinion. I know how to people shit like that. When as soon as he said they say it, he separated what he wanted to do from what they're trying to get him to do. So that when he said that, I struck on that. I said, they said nothing too ghetto. I slightly reacted to it, but I jumped back on it. I said, how you feel about that? He said, hey man, I'm just showing up, trying to do my job, get paid. All I know is blah, 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 blah. Collect bands, I appreciate the 5 months. So I started testing his temperature even more. I'm like, bro, just try a song or two and blame me. Tell him I told you to do it. Tell him, it was for the party, it's her birthday. I'm like, just blame me. He's like, hey man, they still might try to fire me. I don't know. Like, you could just leave and walk out of here. But I've been working here like 2 years. So I'm like, I'm peeping he want to do it, but he like, again, remember, chat, no means no, but excuses can be satisfied. It was not her birthday. No, it was not her birthday. No means no, but excuses can be satisfied.
And even no is the first start. It is the entryway into negotiations, right? In certain scenarios. No Diddy now, right? No Diddy. But that first no, in situations where there's an opportunity to still continue, right? No Diddy. But it's the entry to the beginning of something great. When that first no comes, man, that's when I really get excited to see if I can overcome and see how far I can continue the conversation and how many no's I can overcome and to see if I can reach that goal. So these excuses, they really not no's. They just maybe a not now or maybe I'm not too sure. There's another issue that's holding him back, right? One, he don't want to lose his job. Two, he probably need that money, right? And there's probably some other stuff he can't really say, or we don't know yet, that's stopping him from playing the music. But losing his job is big enough, right? Like, I'm sure he don't want to go hungry. So if there's a way for Taekwondo to overcome this and have him overcome that fear that he's the one he should be entertaining and not to worry about the host, not to worry about the restaurant or the outside guests, I know he the one that could do it, right? So let's see.
I'm poking at the excuses. I'm trying to see, find that gap. The whole time I already know I found it. Once I realized he was like, he didn't want to answer the question of how you feel about that or like, do you agree with that? Next thing you know, he started playing that ghetto shit. Whole time I walked away with him not agreeing. Like him like, I can't do it. Whole time. About 6 or so songs later, all that ghetto shit came on. Sexy Red, everything we fucking mentioned. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, I saw the owner walk up to the desk. So but I never saw him get permission from them. I don't know if our conversation made him just say, fuck it, or what. Like, I never saw him speak to the owner in between turning the music back to the ghetto shit. I never seen him do it. So, and then when he started to do it, that's when the owner walked over there. So but it didn't stop immediately. So, like, I don't know if they, like, spoke to each other and I just wasn't paying attention. And then she said, you could do it a little bit. I don't fucking know. And then I know she was smiling when she went up there, and then she came back to our table and like, everything okay? So I'm like, I think she might have gave him the green light and I just didn't see it, or he just did it on his own whim. Same thing with the security guards. Y'all seen that part? A couple of the people we came with was underage. I work through that shit every time. Every motherfucking time. No idea. I mean, chat, it's like, people get on my fucking nerves, but I don't mind being a leader. I like leadership. So like, if it's a group of us, it's like I like the challenge. So next thing you know, somebody don't got their ID. Somebody ID is on their phone. and their phone is dead. It's always some bullshit.
I be loving this type shit.
Right? I'm realizing like it's always some bullshit. So I automatically go into like charismatic mode.
I'm a self-sabotager though. I just gotta let the tough times come and overcome them when they come. I can't put myself in messed up situations to see what I'm made of. I'm gonna get tested regardless. So let me not put myself in situations like that. I'm gonna just let it come.
Oh, hey, how you doing? So, you know what I'm saying? Let us know what we need to do. How can we make your job easier, man? You know, I'm on your side. We on everybody's side of the day. We just trying to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't want to step on your shoes or your toes. None of that. I get to start talking my shit. Next thing you know, he already warmed up to looking out because it's like I might have already asked him, what's your name? Shook his hand, looked him dead in his eyes. Chat, people don't be getting recognition, bro. People do not be getting recognized. You know how often it is for a human being to just be walked past?
The strongest. This is major game. Major game. Jordan, you in the chat right now. I need you to respond to this right here. Major game alert. Major game alert. Major game alert. Yo. If I had to whistle, I'd blow. It's in the car. But the most effective way to influence somebody is to recognize them for who they are and what they bring to the world. So this DJ provides safety night in and night out. He's literally putting his life on the line to make sure that the club is safe, to make sure that you're safe as the club attendees, as the patrons, to make sure that his family can eat, and so on and so forth. So not only does he have a responsibility at the club, but he also has a responsibility that the club puts him in. So to provide or to protect and serve. And so, especially as a service worker, you know how many people coming up to this guy, just like Taekwondo and his friend group came up and was like, nobody got the ID, and immediately go left. Immediately take it there instead of first just trying to have a conversation or first just asking the question. Immediately just take it there. Nigga, we getting in this club. Da, 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 da. Already coming to the club drunk. You know that. Casamigos. Hey, let me try the boat. Let me head that. And so most people in most professions also go through the same thing. Service members or service workers are not. But especially these people. So providing just a little bit of, hey, like, I see you out here working hard. It's hot out here. It's cold out here. Man, these people is drunk, making a little jokey joke. These people is wilding out here, man. I know you want to go home. Man, I know. I see that big ass taser you got. You used that before? Nah. Ah, man. Well, look, man. Look, me and my friends, we trying to get in with this idea, and you know, we just want to have some fun. We rented out 2 sections. We're showing them how this benefits you. Showing them that we want to come back. We'll invite more people just like us. We're so appreciative. We'll bring more people who appreciate, you know? And you'll get more recognition. But this is the most powerful tool. And if you could use appreciation and you can tell people genuinely and from the heart that you appreciate them, man, you could move.
Walked over,
look,
ignored, felt like they less than. You know what I'm saying? So it takes really simple shit to make a connection. It takes the littlest shit. What's your name? Saying their name back to them.
The littlest shit is sometimes the hardest though. No bat. The little stuff is the most overlooked. So saying like he's about to go into, let's see what he said.
Shaking their hand. I want to say call it stroking the ego because I don't go that far. I just give them respect and make it well known. Some situations stroking the ego is when like I know I can get a joke or two off. Like certain jokes just be a little easier to hit. You know what I'm saying? Call that nigga with top flight. I said top flight shit. Like I start bidding and shit. Like I might start doing some shit like that. How I start moving like this. You got to be comfortable, man. You got to be comfortable taking risks. Because the thing about it is, when people get so scared of looking lame, when really that's lame. If you let the motherfucker think of speed. I think everybody in here knows Speed, the content creator. I show Speed. So mind you, it's a Philly thing too, low key. Like Slur God, Tay, I appreciate the 5 months. Like, social peer pressure happens anywhere, chat. But it's like the desire to fit in is more powerful than a person's determination. For me, it's never been that. Like, if I want to do something, or if I know I can, or I feel like I can finesse or like communicate, I'm gonna just do it. Like, I never really gave a fuck how it made me look, or like to be the oddball in that sense.
Yeah.
Especially when I started to find out I had a gift with that shit. And I was like, I feel like I started to realize, like, damn, conversation moves people. Mm-hmm. Really, chat, it's all connections. It's who you know, who knows you. How what's the trust, what's the relationship, like, that's everything. Bro, you can damn near, on a level of status in relationships, not follow any rules. Why do you think mafias and drug lords be having cops on bankroll? Like, obviously that's you look at it like, okay,
that's a little bit different. The money's moving them there, but the influence is also extremely powerful, because without the influence, they're not able to give them that money or able to provide for their need. But that's just a little different than communication. That's where the power. They get the love. They get the love or fear. You can either, as a cop, whatever, you can love or fear this drug lord, right? Either one works. It's easier to love. You can, and that love can be through a need that's provided. So they give them a little extra money. They're so underappreciated. They don't really make a lot at the department. This mafioso, Angelino, and such, give them a little extra money in exchange for not only that respect, but, just a little look the other way. That's where that comes into play. But that's much higher than just the basic level of communication. You could just get a cop on your side through communication, but that's going to take a little bit more effort, a little bit more relationship building. They're going to need something in return.
Paying them. But it's more to that, because not every cop is going to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Or they understand what that connection does for them. And they probably, it's probably not as simple as y'all think. It's probably not just like $50,000 for you to turn your eyes. It's probably a hustle. Like, hey man, listen, I know what they paying y'all down at the ward. I know you got a family to feed. I know that this county is the highest rent in the state. Blah blah blah. Like, a motherfucker probably be walking them down. Like, I can see it already. Do something for your family. You got 2 kids, Joe? 2 kids? Yeah, man, it's 1 under 5. Like, I'm telling you, I can see the whole spiel in my head, bro. Especially if they got some type of game with it. Like, bro, we talk about conversations, makes me think about the breakdown of the Godfather we did before. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro. You say this in your mama play back? All right, sure. A lot of my vibes are gonna get posted. I just gotta get the content out first. With some bougie shit.
Man, the art of communication. What a powerful, powerful, powerful thing to have. A powerful skill. A powerful resource. And if you got it, you got it. And if you don't, you need to get it ASAP. Now, let's continue to align with our mission, align with the topic of the stream. So from this video, there was so much to take and so much we can relate to, so much we can connect to falling when you get up. Because Fresh Boy Swag, I failed. Bet. Right after this one. Let me just do a little wrap up. And essentially, and send as many things as you want to see, Jordan. Send that in the chat. I'll react to whatever. You feel me? But as many times as Taekwondo fell learning how to communicate, he's always gotten up, and always getting up has led him to a point where his communication skills are like a weapon, like a sharp katana in the back. and he doesn't always have to use it to its full strength. He can just tap you and just give you a little cut sometimes, or he could really chop your head off with his communication skills. But because he knows how powerful communication is, because he knows how useful it can be in certain scenarios to get to what you want, to reach your goals, to achieve your purpose, to be more motivated, to get to that new room that you were looking at, to be around the new people and the new groups of people, and to ultimately just use it to get whatever you want. Because it's something like no other. I'm gonna react to those Jordans too, but it's something that it's even hard to fully explain. If you know, you know. If you don't, let's learn. And the way you learn is by falling over and over and over again. Jordan, keep posting music, bro. Keep falling. Keep falling forward. Get up and fall harder next time and roll. Hit a tumble. Go up to that person and be like, yo, here's my music. This is what I do. This is who I am. And have them be like, ew. And do a somersault towards the next person. Have that person come in to the store and be like, hey, like, yo, this is who I am. This is what I do. I'm coming out with a new shirt. I rap. I sing. I make beats. You do music? Do that first. And then from there, you can start to get more crafty. Because you know your main sources, or you know your main goals. You know what you're always going to turn a conversation to. But first you have to start off like basic. Start off with just like, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I want you to see. This is what I want you. This is the goal that I want to accomplish straight up. The more and more you do that, the more rejection you take, the more craftier you can get, because you'll be able to communicate and know your style. So before, when I was selling t-shirts, bet. Before, when I was selling t-shirts, I knew my main goal was to just get a shirt sale. And I would approach with that, starting off, right? This is the very first couple of sales that I made. I would just approach, hey, this is this t-shirt. This is who I am. My name is Andre. This, that, and the third. This is Mule. This is the brand. This is the design. Do you like it? Do you not? Right? And as time progressed, even stopping selling shirts, even moving towards service, right? I'm now able to spark up a conversation and get it from anywhere to where I want it to end, right? So let's say I approach someone, and I'll take you guys with me on these IRL streams when I'm going. I'm getting new people to talk to. I'm handing out cards, and I'm gaining more interest in our services, in what we have to offer, and getting more people for our consultations. When I go out there, you're going to see me just spark conversation from what's right in front of me. For example, I'm in the park yesterday, and I'm speaking with a gymnast. The first thing, or I'm speaking with someone who's working out, the first thing I do is comment on the workout. Hey, are you a gymnast? You know, I already know my main points. I already know, hey, I'm either gonna, and not in a way that's grimy, not in a way that's conniving, or not in a way that's like I'm just using this person. But these are the things that I want to accomplish. If this person can't help me accomplish those things, then they shouldn't be someone that I hang around, or someone that I associate with. So I immediately start having this conversation, starting off with the basic information. Hey, are you a gymnast? You come here often? You know, this is a nice park. I just started coming here. This is what I do. This is who I am. Just throwing little bits in there while asking these questions. Hey, I'm starting to do content. We should get some content together. And then all of a sudden, I keep talking until he also has something that relates, right? He does content. He's looking for a photographer. He's looking for a videographer. Oh, I know my main points. I know who I am. I know what I do well. I know what I don't do well. And I can start to connect these dots just based off of the initial conversation, just based off of saying what I want, who I am, and also being able to enter into these conversations with what is in front of me. So that's what I want you guys to take away from this video. Fall now, fall and be direct in your communication, and then over time start to implement new ways and new savvy sayings and new workarounds to reach that goal. When it starts to get boring, just getting it accomplished the old-fashioned way, asking people for what you want, and see how far it gets you. See how sharp your sword gets. See if Taekwondo is bullshit and see if I'm bullshitting.